Good morning, everybody. I have decided that I am going to start live journaling once a week. And I went on Google and I found a bunch of journal prompts. And I found one specifically for trauma. And I figured that I'd start there. And the first question was, do you feel like you have stopped yourself from growing? And if so, how? And I don't know if I have stopped myself from growing or not in any specific way, but I feel like probably because I keep on repeating cycles and that does stop growth. Constantly going back and having to relearn things that I've already learned in my trauma or adding on more trauma to the trauma I already had has hindered my growth, I think, in some pretty substantial ways. I would say that over the years of continually going through different trauma, I guess, that it has caused me to not be able to take the next steps forward that I would have otherwise been able to take had I been emotionally stable and balanced and in a position to where I was not in a constant state of fight, flight, or freeze. Because I know for myself, at least, that when you're in the midst of trauma cycles, you can't really move forward with your life until you have addressed the issues at hand. And I am really good at sweeping situations under the rug and trying to pretend like they don't exist, that they're not happening. And I don't think that that's ever been good for anybody, to pretend like that isn't happening, that it doesn't exist, that you don't need to work on the issues. I think sometimes I didn't realize the impact of the situations that I was in until sometimes years later. And so, even had I wanted to address those issues at the time, there was no clear way of being able to do that. I have been working on addressing those issues lately in the best way that I know how with my counselors and my group leaders. As I've said before, I am pretty heavily involved in my health and mental health, and I am trying to be a better, stronger, healthier version of myself. And I can only do that by addressing the issues that have stopped my growth. I know that being as I have come from a place where trauma has been present since I was born, and due to my specific unique brain development issues and the fact that I have dealt with so much trauma in my life because of my different issues. Like, I was born drug and alcohol addicted. My biological mother decided that it was appropriate to do those things while she was pregnant. And she also had her own mental health issues that contributed to the way I came about. It's not something that I myself could have changed, but I did end up, unfortunately, with the effects of her decisions nonetheless. All of that together has caused me a lot of delays in my life. My brain didn't develop the same as a neurotypical person's brain would have developed, and that has caused me delays. I have differences in looking at the world and processing issues in the way that I see things, and pretty sure that also contributed to having caused some setbacks. So I would say that in total, that yes, my trauma has caused me to not be able to move forward, has stopped my growth in a lot of ways, in ways that I am still trying to learn and come to grips with. And I haven't even learned all of them yet. You know, this has been a lifetime of one thing after another that I haven't addressed, that I've only started working on in the last few years. And it is not easy, working on yourself is never easy. Trying to come to grips with why things have happened, why you have allowed things to come to the point where they are, where I myself have allowed myself to get to the point where I'm at, because I have allowed people to treat me like I didn't matter, like I was not valued or important. I have problems with self-love, which translates into problems with healthy relationships with others, because you accept the love that you believe you deserve. And if you don't love yourself in a healthy and fulfilling manner, then you are going to allow others to treat you in ways that are not healthy or conducive to your growth or your your own health, mental health, well-being. And I'm learning those things now. I have never had boundaries. I'm 41, and I didn't really know what boundaries were. I was not raised with boundaries. I was adopted by parents who believe that you're not supposed to have boundaries with your parents. And I was never taught autonomy, and I know my family did the best they could. My parents gave me what they could. They gave me a lot. They have done a lot for me. I will never say they didn't. They continue doing things for me. I have issues that need more attention than others. And so I am still in need of help that people my age wouldn't normally be in need of. But that doesn't mean that you're not entitled to your own personal boundaries. You are entitled to boundaries with everybody in your life. That is how you love and protect yourself. That is how you show others how to love you. I have a hard time with that because I wasn't allowed that before. And I have been surrounded by narcissists pretty much my whole life. This is probably not going to be taken well by people who see this and happen to be in my life, but it is what it is. I'm sorry if I offend or hurt anybody, but I have the right to say what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to hurt anybody. but the truth is the truth. I'm learning self-respect and self-love. I'm learning boundaries. I'm learning now how to work through some of my trauma. And I am nowhere near the point where I can say that I am healed or that I have figured it out. I haven't. I'm still broken. But I am not shattered. I am cracked. And I am healing. I am not going to stay broken. I am no longer willing to be the person that allows people to kick them and continue kicking them and just stand there and smile and continue taking the punishment. I may have allowed my trauma to stop me from progressing, but that doesn't mean that I have to continue letting that be true. And I believe in myself. I believe I am strong. I am the storm. I'm not the after effect. I am the whole storm. And Satan is going to bow at my feet before I am done, because I am not going to allow myself to just wither away and continue being in this place of pause. I am learning to pick myself up and move on now. And it's not easy. It will never be easy to heal from trauma. The things that broke you, the things that have you curled up and doubting yourself, doubting the things around you, doubting everybody, they're always there. But you learn to become stronger and you learn how to deal with them. You, me, everybody can learn how to pick ourselves up and move on. And I am doing that. I know what it feels like to get stuck in the same cycles and feel like you're never going to break free from the, the patterns, the pain that comes with the self-doubt and the self-hatred that gets stuck. But today is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. The next day is a new day. Each day is a bright and new day to start again, to do something new and different, and to change, to learn new patterns, and not allow yourself to maintain the stuck cycle that you're in. I don't want to stay in a pattern of no growth. I was talking to my counselor in group the other day about the cycles in your life of spring, summer, winter, and fall, and which one I get stuck in most, and which one is more comfortable for me. And I am so comfortable in winter because it's easy to hide. It is so easy to shut down and pretend like the world isn't happening, that everything around you isn't still moving forward while I am still sitting in the same spot, not progressing. But I've reached a point in my life where I don't want that for myself anymore. I want to rise above like a phoenix from the ashes of my burnt down life. I want to be the better, best version of myself, and to learn from the mistakes and the trauma and the pain of my life. And I want to be able to help people to learn from their own. And I have a lot of experience to share. And I bet you do too. If you're watching me and you you can empathize with what I'm going through, then you know that you have a lot of knowledge and experience to share. You know what I'm talking about. Find a way to move forward however you have to. Don't stay stuck. God didn't make you to stay stuck. He made you to thrive. He made you to live and be the storm. Be the storm. Be the best version of yourself. Don't get complacent. I've lived in complacent for 41 years, and it's exhausting, and it's heartbreaking, and it breaks you every day. Be the storm. I love you all, and I wish the best for each and every one of you. I hope that my words help, and I will talk to you again in a couple of days, I'm sure. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of your day. If any of this resonates with you, or you just enjoy watching or listening to me, like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things. That way I can reach more people. That way I can reach you more easily. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you all have a lovely day. Thank you so much.